Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, everyone, and thank you all for joining. Um, yeah, so welcome to week two, officially. And before we start, I would like to ask, have anyone read, we have shared it earlier, so have anyone been able to read through the challenge document? Yes, have you? So can you share your understanding, what you understand about the challenge, what needs to be done?
Yeah, thank you. Just to say, actually, in my observation, I think we have to analyze the customer satisfaction for mobile apps of CBE, Bank of Abyssinia, and National Bank. I think it's for three banks, and we have to scrap the user reviews from Google Play Store for those three banks, and we have to perform sentiment analysis if it is positive, negative, or neutral on the user reviews. And the other thing is we have to extract common themes like if it is a bug or UI or speed or maybe crashes. So and then we have to identify drivers of satisfaction or maybe what are the pain points that the users are actually facing while using the mobile apps of those banks. And after finishing the data cleaning, I think we have to store it to Postgres database, and we have to create visualizations and provide actionable recommendations based on the reviews. We can, after we interpret and visualize, we can provide our recommendations to the bank, kind of thing. So I think so we have
Yeah.
to actually apply web scraping, natural language processing, and thematic analysis, and yeah, this is my observation.
That's exactly summarizes what this week is all about. So thank you for sharing. So anyone else wants to add as well? Okay. Sure. Okay. So in the meantime, I think we can start. So can you see my screen, guys? Okay, good. Okay, so this week, I think Daraja has also like summarized it well. So it's going to be customer experience analysis for analytics for a fintech app. So we all have we all have experienced mobile banking. It could be one or another bank, but we all almost all have had encounters with mobile banks, mobile banking, right? Or the apps specifically. So I think everyone has also seen or experienced how messy or some have bugs, some have good features, some have bad. It takes a longer, like a time issue. It could be not working a lot of times. It could be not, like the UI might be really bad, or we might have these kind of different issues. So we get this information two ways, right? One from the customer service, which is when we ask people, the users, about the feedbacks and get that. But the other one is through their feedback on like the App Store or the Google Store. So for this week, you're going to be using the Google Store to fetch as many as feedbacks as you can to get an idea about what the people are happy about, what they are sad about, what they want to see changed, what the company should focus on more, and so on. Because since we are moving to a digitalization, it's going to be necessary that the bank is used or the people like the app more. So it's a real world data engineering challenge. So you're going to be doing more of a data engineering where you will be in charge of scripting, analyzing, and visualizing these reviews. So just a short overview of the challenge is that this week's challenge actually centers are around analyzing customer satisfaction with the mobile apps, which we have specified three here, but we like you can add, of course, for this week. Let's work with these three, where we have the user reviews, where we collect and process the user reviews that are found in the Google Play Store. So we have CBE, Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, Bank of Abyssinia, and Dashin Bank for this week. So what you will do is you will scrape the app review, analyze their sentiments and theme, just try to extract the topics or the theme, and visualize the insights as a data analysis. The company called Omega Consultancy, which is a firm that advises or consults banks. So you can look at it as a commercial bank, Bank of Abyssinia, and Dashin Bank being your like customers or clients. So you'll be building on past week's foundational skills, but here on this week we will be introducing web scraping, thematic NLP analysis, and some basics database engineering. So it's going to be super excited. I am super excited for this week, because you're going to be relating more to the results, because you have already used it and you know how important it is for the user experience to be happy or satisfied with the app to be using it, right? So that's basically just the challenge introduction the scenario or the business objective is going to be, you're going to be working at a company called Omega Consultancy, which consults banks, is supporting banks to improve their mobile app, to enhance customer retention and satisfaction. So here you're going to be working on two things, right? Customer retention, meaning trying to keep the customers, and the other thing is increasing satisfaction. Are they happy? What features should we add in order to make them happy, and so on. So in order to do this, so you are a data analyst at that company. So in order to do this, you're going to be scraping the user reviews from Google Play Store, which we will show you actually. Analyze the sentiment. Is it positive, is it negative, or is it neutral? We have also seen this last time, but we will also see this week as well. Extract themes, like what are the themes for the bank's review, identify satisfaction drivers and pain points. So what's the feature that, or what does the people that are highly satisfied are saying about the app? Or for the pain point, what are the things that the people are saying about the app that gave it lower rate? You can think of it like that as well. And then store the clean data into Postgres database and deliver a report with visualizations and actionable recommendations. So here we have also provided you with three scenarios where it could help you simulate real consultancy tasks faced by product and marketing and engineering. So for the product team, they are more concerned with retention or retaining users. So if you go now to the Play Store and check, you can see that the CBA app has 4.2 rating, star rating. The Bank of Abyssinia has a 3.4 app rating, and the Dashin Bank has 4.1 app rating. So the users are complaining about different things to the transaction, or like bugs and so on and so on. So analyze if this is a broader issue and suggest areas of improvement for the app investigation. So basically what this means is you will just analyze what the people are saying, and see if that issue, if a specific issue is, for instance, slow transaction, if that specifically is a repeated issue, and just flag that for the engineering team to do, so that we will get better results. Or if it is a bug or anything, it will be repeated, so you can see. And for the scenario 2, it's for more of the engineering team, so where it's enhancing features, so extract desired features. So what are the people asking for through the keyword and team extraction? When you extract the team and the keyword, you will find repeated desired features, and you can recommend how each bank can stay competitive by recommending them to add these features into their apps. And for the final scenario, it's managing complaints. So of course, you're not going to be doing this. Uh, I mean, specifically the AI chatbot integration, but the data could help with that. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be clustering and tracking complaints like login error or others. This will help guide or help the AI chatbot integration faster, like integration and faster support resolution. So this is needed by the marketing or the support team, right? So what you're going to be doing is for the search scenario, you're going to be clustering and tracking complaints. So what are these complaints clustered into? What can I group them into? So you will do that for the search scenario. So this scenario will highlight high retention, feature innovation, and support efficiency aligning with the fintech priorities. So for the dataset, we're not going to be providing you with the dataset, but however, you're going to be scraping the data from Google Play Store for the three banks app. By you will collect the review text, rating, date, the app name or the bank name and source. So you will be doing this, and you will be extracting at least 400 reviews per bank. So at the end, you will have 1,200 scraped reviews. So for the dates, you're going to be, so currently we're having the value introduction, and the interim submission is going to be on Sunday, and the final submission is going to be Tuesday. So this is always true unless specified. For communication, please let's use all week 2 for anything related to this week's project. Let's not write on 10x support. 10x support is just for like raising issues with the 10x platform alone. Okay. So if it is related to week 2, just let's write on all week 2. So by the end of the project, you will be able to learn, scrape, and pre-process user reviews from Google Play Store and prepare the text for analysis. Apply natural language processing techniques to analyze reviews, sentiments, and identify key customer feedback themes. Design and implement a relational database schema in progress to store and manage review data, drive actionable insights, and from analyze data and create compiling visualization for the business stakeholders, develop a present data-driven report and with recommendation for after improvement in the fintech context. And of course, you will employ Git for version control, write unit test, and ensure reliability of data processing scripts. So before we go to the tasks, so is everything clear so far? Do you have a grasp about the situation, the scenario, what's expected from you guys, and what the end result or the recommendation might look like? So are we aligned on those points? So if it is clear, just give me a thumbs up, and if it is not clear, you can just ask so that we can move to the next. Okay, so I will take that as a yes. So let's go to the tasks and how we can achieve this. So for the project planning, of course, it's going to involve data collection, which is scraping and analysis. So the tasks are going to be scrape and pre-process reviews, analyze sentiment in teams, synthesize insights, and visualize results. So the KPIs here is going to be proactively sharing, scraping, and then reference, data quality. You should have at least 1,200 clean reviews with less than 5% errors. Insights, you should at least drive 3 drivers or pain points per bank. And for clarity, the visualizations should be stock shareholder friendly. Okay, so let's go to the tasks. So of course, with task 1, you're going to be working on data collection and pre-processing, where you will be Of course, you're gonna have to set up your GitHub just the same way that you have been doing, including git requirements and so on. Use task one like you will use a bunch, commit frequently with meaningful commit messages. And of course, the task is web scraping. You will use the Google Play scraper to collect reviews, rating, dates, name, and star for each rep bank. Of course, you should target a minimum of 400 reviews per bank. And for pre-processing, just these are starting. Of course, you can add more on this as well. You should start with removing duplicates, handling missings, normalizing the dates, and then once you have the clean data, you can go ahead and set the CSV with column and review rate, date, bank, and source. So the KPI here are going to be at least 100 and like 1,200 reviews collected with 5%, with less than 5% using data, cleaned CSV data. So of course, you don't have to push it. Don't push the data. Just you should have that and organize the GitHub repo with clear comments. And for task 2, so it's going to be sentiment and thematic analysis, where you will be doing some sentiment analysis and thematic analysis. So for the sentiment, you have already last time you have done this. You will score them positive, negative, neutral. Alternatively, you can start with a simpler libraries like Vader text block, which you have used earlier, and then you can just for analysis set. You can aggregate by bank and by rating, where you can just have the sentiment, the mean sentiment for 1-star reviews, the mean sentiment for 2-star reviews, and so on. For the thematic analysis, a theme refers to recurring concepts. It could be a word, it could be a phrase, and so on within the user reviews. So for this challenge, this will help you summarize the user feedback into actionable categories of the bank. So for the keyword extraction, we have also give you some like a starting point where you can start with extracting sufficient keywords with Ngram using you can use different types of libraries for this, but you can start with TF IDF or SPA CY, which is actually a bit I think we are not maintaining it currently, but you can use it as well. And this will aid in grouping this world with keywords and understanding broader review topics, which will optionally employ topic modeling techniques. And then lastly, you will group the related keywords into phrases like 2 to 5 overreaching themes per bank. So account access issue or transaction performance, user interaction and experience, and so on. And document this grouping logic. And so once you do this, you will have a pipeline where you have a script processing tokenization, like stop word removal, normalization or limitization. If you use full with pandas and NLP libraries, that will take in the data and save the result as a CSV, where you'll have review ID, review text, sentiment label, sentiment score, identified themes, and others if you need. You can add. And you can extract keywords with like the specified tools and cluster them into 3 to 5 themes per bank. So here the KPIs are going to be sentiment score for at least 90% of reviews, 3+ themes per bank with examples, and modular pipeline code that will help you achieve this. Okay, before we move to tasks 3 and 4, is everything clear so far, guys? Okay, so Miriam, so it's just like the pipeline should be able to take in the data and do the pre-processing and save it. So the CSV part is just that. So here after like you pre-process the data, extract the themes, extract the sentiment score, and so on, you're gonna have to save like the result as a CSV. file. So is that clear, Miriam?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you, Carrot.
Okay, so any questions, guys? Any other questions before we move to the third and the fourth tasks? So now, how about the script part? What do you mean by that? Can you specify? It's not clear. If you can speak, it would be better. But if you cannot speak, you can just write it. What do you mean by what about the script part? So yes, so you're going to be scraping the data. So still the question is not clear, but of course here you're going to be scraping the data. Of course, you're going to have a script. We will also have a session later where we will share some insights and something to get you started with. So you will use that, plus you will identify the name from the Google Play Store for the ID and scrape this much, a minimum of 400 per bank. So the question is not clear for me. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so let's move to task 3, where we will have to store clean the data in PostgreSQL. So here we will design and implement a relational database in PostgreSQL to precisely stores the cleaned and pre-processed data. This will simulate like a real-world data engineering workflow where we can use Postgres, where Postgres is widely used. So here we have also outlined some steps to help you get started. So the first step, of course, you're going to have to install PostgreSQL, which is straightforward, but for some reason, if you have issues, you can contact any of the tutors and we will help you get set up, and you will create a database named bank reviews. And here you will have two schemas, one schema for storing the bank table, where we store information about the bank. Some of the suggested columns here are the bank ID, bank name, and app name. Of course, if you see fit, you can change that as well. And the second schema is going to be our table is going to be the reviews table, where we store the scraped preprocessed data. Sorry about that. Where we store sorry, the preprocessed and the scraped data. Here, the suggested columns are review ID, primary ID, bank ID, and foreign key. You can have it as primary key, so that you can relate them. So here you can relate the bank ID with the foreign ID, the primary key, from the bank table to the reviews foreign key. So it's going to be a relational database. So here you can also store the review text, rating, review date, sentiment level, sentiment score, and source. And then insert the cleaned raw data into using Python. So you will have this, you will see these tools and how to do that. And you will write a query, a SQL query that verifies the data integrity. It could be counting the reviews per bank, average rating, and so on. So the KPIs here are going to be working with database connection plus inserting script, the tables populated with at least 1,200 reviews entity, SQL dump, or schema file parameters to GitHub. So of course, we will also only see the SQL dump or the schema files on GitHub. So don't forget to include that as well. Okay. And finally, after you have done all this, you will go to the insights and recommendations by depending on the data, the insights that you have extracted. You can drive insights from sentiment in teams, visualize results, and recommend app improvements. So here for the insights, some of the tasks or recommendations are identify 2 at least two identified drivers, like fast navigation and so on, and at least two pain points per bank. Compare the banks each other with each other, suggest at least two improvements per bank. And for the visualizations, you should create 3 to 5 plots. It could be sentiment trends, rating distribution, keyword clouds, or others as you see fit. And for ethics, note potential review bias like a negative skew and so on. So which we will show you how to identify as well. And for Git, use at least a task force branch of course this recommendation, commit visuals and report and merge it via pull request. So here the KPIs are going to be at least 2 drivers and 2 pain points with evidence, clear label visualizations, and practical recommendations. And for the due dates, of course, it's going to be Sunday and Tuesday, where you will have 2 submissions per day. Where on Sunday you will have interim submission, where you will submit your GitHub link and interim report with a maximum of 4 pages. Covering task 1 and early analysis, just your start of task 2. And for Tuesday, which is the final submission date, you will submit your main branch with all tasks merged, and your final report with a maximum of 10 pages and a maximum of 10 plots with medium style writing and PDF format. So before we move any further, I would like to remind everyone that you should always remember to merge your work to main branch before you submit. Okay. So almost always remember to merge your work with the main branch so that it can be properly reviewed. Okay, so for the tutorial sessions, we'll have, of course, we just have chart introduction, scraping basics and data cleaning, and preprocessing. You will have it in the afternoon's PMO, and the sentiment analysis and keyword extraction. It's going to be tomorrow, along with the database fundamentals and Postgres setup. And on Friday, we will have error handling and introduction to unit testing in the morning and in the afternoon time, respectively. And on Monday, you will have insight communication and plotting for stakeholders with Mahabuba, and in the afternoon, you will have a Q&A, as well as on Friday. On Tuesday, you'll have a Q&A session. So that's it from my side. So I think there's a question here. One for banks table. We will just have 3 rows for banks, or is there more from your dashboard for these tags? So Miriam, this is interesting question. So of course it's a recommendation. So this table is meant to have just a list of banks. So that's why we have recommended the 3 rows. But if you feel that you need more, or you have more data that represents the banks, you can also add them. And for Nostrum, yes, it's not part, but if you like, you can add it. So, but it's not a recommendation or a requirement for this week. So is that clear? Okay. So we still have time. So any questions, please raise them so that we can have a good understanding, because this is the basics where we will online. So if you have any questions, please ask. Of course, I'm also available on Slack. You can ask anytime, but you can ask now. It's later. So no questions. So okay, is everything clear? So just by show of thumbs up, you can confirm if everything is clear. So is my voice not clear, or can everyone hear me, or is it only Barakat? Okay, so maybe Barakat is from your side. Maybe you can check. So also, do we have freedom to structure our pipeline such as where we store a clean sentiment analysis, etc. So Miriam, so this is very interesting, the questions. So one thing I would recommend you to do, so this, when we create these challenge documents, like we bring real world uh, problems and real world solutions and how to do them in the middle, right? So of course it's good to have that freedom where you can build like these kind of things, the bank, like the table names and so on and so on. But I would say those are more of the experimental side. So what I would recommend you to do is have both, like it's really easy nowadays. So please try to do both of them side by side and try to see which one is better. That's one. And secondly, try to see it like don't just try to see it from the coding view, try to see it from the output view as well. So what I'm trying to imply here is of course like it's not clear, like of course you haven't like pinpoint what kind of pipeline you want to build. Of course, like I think I scroll up. So here the pipeline, here the pipeline we have recommended you to do is going to have a reverse ID, a reverse text, sentiment label, sentiment score, and identified themes. So store the cleaned sentiment analysis. So Miriam, I think you can speak, right? So can you like clarify the question before I move?
Okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, you're answering it exactly the way I asked. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, since I noticed specifically that the specific column names were mentioned, so I just wanted to ask, for example, as we're doing the task, if we maybe find out that we want to include this and this column, is it possible to add it? Or
Definitely. Definitely. So if it is addition, and if you feel like that is important for the downstream tasks, definitely you can definitely add it. But be sure.
all right.
So like let's like having too much data is not good. And how my like having little data is not good as well. So having the right amount of data and the right type of data is what we look for. So just try to do that analysis, and if you feel you can add it. Definitely.
Okay. For the IDs, specifically for like review IDs and other ID columns, do we just make it to like incrementally add, or do we get it from the actual, when we scrape it, is there a specific, or do we use maybe their Google Store, Google Play, or do we just make it to numerically add itself? So which one is it?
So for this specific IDs, it's already provided when you scrape them. So the IDs that we are mentioning right here are the IDs of the banks that you get from the Google Play Store.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, that clears.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, excellent. So any other questions? Anything that's not clear? Okay. Deborah, what's wrong? Like, is there anything wrong, or is there a mistake?
Sorry, it was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're there, you can go.
I have one question. Is there any preference for using a specific scrapping tool like Google Play scrapping, or are we free to use any robust Python library like a Beautiful Swap, like that? And I have
can use
one question.
beautiful soup, but for these tasks, it's going to overcomplicate it, I believe.
Okay.
Because like since we are specifically working on like the Google Play Store and there is already a package that does it, and of course we are also going to be sharing it in the afternoon as well. So I think it's better to use that. But of course, if you are comfortable with beautiful soup or others, you can also use that as well.
Okay. Sure. Understand. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Vidya as well. So okay, any other questions or is everything clear and can we wrap up the session? Of course, we still have a lot of time. I wish there are more questions, but if everything's clear, I think we can wrap up. So is everything clear? What if we use MySQL rather than PostgreSQL? So yeah, I understand. Like I understand that some of you might be like familiar or comfortable with some tools than others, but I would recommend you to use the preferred or like the specified tools. So that because like we are recommending these tools because they are being used in the real world. So at the company, when they ask you to do this task, you're not going to ask them. I know you guys are using Postgres, but I want to use MySQL, right? So just think of it that way and try to stick with the Postgres. It's really easy and easy to pick up, and we will also have sessions to do that. So okay. Any other questions? Okay. That is, I think we can wrap up. So in Mogasa, is it? I think skill, right? Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you all for joining. And if you have any questions, please write to me on Slack or like you can DM me. Yeah. Have a great day, and see you on the next session on Slack. Bye.